Hello, hello. How is everyone? Sorry guys, fresh out of the shower, so I'm slightly tardy. I hope you're all having a wonderful weekend. I'm dying to hear in the chat how that full moon in Aries was for you. I think lots of endings and lots of empowerment. Lots of independence from things that maybe caught us in people pleasing that didn't serve us. I just think that full moon was really impactful, and I feel like although it might not be astrologically tied as much to the summer that we had, I kind of think it was like the last, it brought about evidence from things that might have happened during the summer that we just needed confirmation for. Just needed that last bit of information, evidence, closure. Full moons are about shedding, right? So I think that for a lot of people, it depends on what you had to shed. It depends on what how close it was to you, or whether you were already on that journey. If you let go easily, it could have felt like vindication. It also could have felt like vindication with you know, a bit of instead of a spoonful of sugar, it might have felt like a spoonful of vinegar with that vindication. However, October is bringing us tons of change. That's why I was saying when I was advertising this live, and some things happened in a session yesterday, and sometimes during a session when I'm with you all and I'm completely zoned in with my guides and your guides, and we have the spiritual team support. Sometimes things flow out of my mouth that I go, huh. And one of the things that we talked about was that the full moon could have been a little challenging, but it could have brought about the closure and whatnot that could have made the beat up that we felt from the summer move into a level up. And that's my hope. That is truly my hope, to bring you guys into the perspective of level up, because it's kind of always available to us, right? It's just the perspective. Hi, Jupiter and Juan and Alien and Maricela and Flower and Charlie and Maya and Shauna and Little John and Teresa. Hi, Teresa. And hi, Cajun Swamp Drainer. Oh, I love that name. Hi, Hannah. Okay. Thanks, guys, for being here. All right, so we're going to go into the energies. If you have a 4th, an 8th, or a 12th house placement, if you care about somebody who does, if you have any water sign energy, or you care about somebody who does, I did full extended water signs. They're up on the channel. I did them Wednesday. This Wednesday, it will most likely be going live on Lana's podcast as well, and then I'll come and be live on here. I went a little earlier last Wednesday because we were having that interruption with our phones, you know, the national emergency thing. So I just went early. So I will be on Lana's podcast, and I will post information about that probably tomorrow. That will be around 10:30 in the morning Eastern, and then I will be live doing air signs, concentrated air signs for the community. What else? Oh, do me a favor, everyone, and go. Hi, Patty. Hi, Renata. Go and to Haunted Road Show, Haunted Road Trips Show specifically with Tracy St. Croix, and go give her a follow. She's become a metaphysical friend, and she's a very nice person. And she does some pretty cool stuff, and she interviews from really cool people. And she has a video at noon Eastern every Tuesday. My light is moving on its own. That was interesting. So all the lights are doing weird things. The one light was flickering. Now today won't go on. It's refusing. It's totally working in every other way. This light is moving. Yeah, Tracy's a really nice person. And so if everybody could take 2 seconds, if Lee is in the chat, could you find the link for her channel just for so people could go subscribe? It's the Haunted Road Trip Show. All right, we're just leaving it. That's my lighting today. Universe was like, too many lights. Okay, so let's start the large circle to my left. I don't know, something's going on in my office lately. What's funny is I cleansed the energy. I like cleansed the energy and did a whole clearing and a space clearing and everything. And then since then, there's been shenanigans. Thank you. So Lee just dropped the link. If you guys could all go, just subscribe. But her show is really cool. Last week and the week before, the show was really cool. But I know she's planning something really kind of fun. She goes into like places that have paranormal happenings and goes examine it. The first couple are just interviews with other metaphysical practitioners and mediums and stuff, but she does something completely different than like Lana or Nicole even. But she's also just good people. So I would appreciate if you would go support her channel. There we go. It might have just been lighting then. Might have just been lighting. All right, so let's start. Let's see what we have for the community. So these are going to be just quick little, as quick as you know, as Spirit will let me have them be, because sometimes I say quick and then you know, a whole bunch of stuff comes through. So, hi TS. Aw, thank you. I adore the fact that you put the effort in, and we just love your energy. Truly just a very sweet human. If you guys haven't gotten a chance to chat with him in the live. All right. So let's just look in. So we have our first eclipse in the Libra Aries nodal axis. Coming on Saturday, and it's at 21 degrees, just 21 degrees, like just. So if you have anything in Libra or Aries around 21 degrees, you'll probably be feeling the effects of that. It's a new moon, but it's a new moon eclipse, which is really going to be interesting. It's also conjunct Mercury, I believe. Is it? I don't know. Let me not speak too soon, because I've been looking at 3 different lunations. We have 3 we had the full moon on the 29th, and then we have 2 lunations this month. Hi, Tisa. So in client sessions, I'm going back and forth. So let me not speak. And then we have the full moon in Taurus on the 28th. That is also a doozy. But For this one on Saturday, if you have anything around 21 degrees in air, or because that is going to, it's a new moon in Libra. So anything in air, and it's going to be opposing Aries. So also anything immutable signs, you're probably really gonna around 21 degrees. And your immutables are Gemini, Virgo, Sag, and Pisces. Okay. We are gonna start with Aries today. I do these in the regular order, and then I go backwards, so water signs first when I do the long reads. Wow. 2 3s and 2 4s. So they came out in like 2 at a time. They came out together, so I'm just going to honor that. First we have 3 of Swords and the 3 of Pentacles. 3 of Swords popped out first. I love this 3 of Swords card. 3 of Swords can mean, well, it's a 3, so it's a triangulation, right? 3 of Swords can also, obviously, we always like some of the cards, like the Light Seers one is brutal with the blood dripping, right? 3 of Swords usually means pain. Hey, Rose. And so what I love about this is he is breaking free from chains, from pain. We see new growth here in the flowers. There's absolutely going to be another layer in the illustration of cards. Aries, if you've had something that you've been chained to that's upsetting you, talked a lot about detachment to outcome in the last couple of days. There is new support. New 3 Pentacles is 3 Pentacles is an upgrade. It's funny because the sound I used on Instagram to promote this was Taylor Swift speaking, but she says if you're feeling the turbulence, it's probably because you're about to rise. And that is turbulence, and that is upgrade, promotion, 3 of Pentacles, often working with other people. The pain that you felt, and this is also for first house placements, the pain that you felt, it's bringing new growth. As we're talking about like full moons and releasing and shedding, this is right on target. This might be because of the full moon that we had on the 29th, which is, less than 2 weeks from today, but prior to today. There is an upgrade. There is support coming in. I talk about this often, but when we are on and we are enthusiastic about our progress, our spiritual evolution, our personal evolution, our accountability, all of that, right? When we are constantly doing the work, when we are interested in looking at what we can change, what we can let go, right? When we're doing all of this, when we're immersed in it, that means our growth game is strong, right? Just like, woohoo, your growth game is strong. That also means you outgrow people and people grow apart. And yeah, sometimes you can grow back together, but putting all of your energy in why you're not growing back together, it siphons the energy from where you need it, right? And there's a point to what I'm saying. One of the things that feels the most painful, listen, as we get to be adults and we have lost loved ones and we have been broke, we've had our heart broken, and we have had real tragedy. And, you know, sometimes for kids that happens. But as we go into adulthood, you know, of course we see those few people maybe on social media or whatever, where anything, like they're out of, it's the worst day ever, they're out of my favorite bread at the supermarket. That's a tragedy, right? Just thinking of somebody. We know somebody who can take anything and make it like, oh my God, that's heartbreaking. But for the majority of adult humans, we've kind of been through it. It's a little harder to shake us in our shoes. So what's the thing that can bring us down? It's friendship, it's love, it's not feeling known. Those are the kind of things that manage to still get to us. Even when we know how to roll with the punches, even though, you know, and so breaking free from your attachment to outcome when you cannot control another person's free will. You could probably manipulate it temporarily, but that's usually not fun for anyone. It's a lot of energy and it's not going to bring you the end goal of being a happy, satiated, known human while you are here. And that should hopefully be the goal. Not to procure one person, take them off the market, that kind of thing. It should be to have something that makes you feel whole and makes you feel seen and heard. When we outgrow people, when we break free from the attachment to outcome, when we cannot control another person, that usually comes from being in the position where we have to detach. Where there's a connection when we love somebody enough that we would not just walk away when it's not working. And an Aries is, they're going to jump in the fire after you. They're going to try. The detachment to outcome, the detachment to breaking those, the breaking of the chains, the new growth that we see in that card, that is bringing, it's like, that grows into this, right? This is an upgrade, it's promotion, it's often a group project. There might be something coming in for you, Aries first house placements, and if this just resonates, then take it. And if you're an Aries in the first house and this doesn't resonate, then leave it alone. It's not for you. Don't worry about it. Don't take it on. Don't ever take on a reading that will give you stress, anxiety. Certainly not what I'm looking for. There is a level up. There is a, you know, we have a somewhat new moon here in the, I'm just going to read for these other two. Maybe this is more of, we have the Four of Cups and the Four of Wands. Now, the Four of Cups is usually like unrequited. It's interesting. That's not what it looks like here. Usually there's somebody focusing on 3 cups and ignoring the one that universe is offering. This looks like divine intervention. It's really very interesting. This is the Mystical Dream Tarot. Yeah, there's weaving. They're all 4 weaving something together. So this is like what you don't see is being woven for you. But we have the Four of Wands. This is the magical 1111 card. It is the celebration. This is sometimes seen as marriage. So we have 2 cards where we see, I mean, you have pain. You have yourself breaking free from something that you can't have, that's been hurting you. It's bringing new growth. It brings promotion, upgrade, support, community. And then we have, this is a really nice reading. Four of Cups, something being offered to you if you will pay attention to it. We talk about free will. It's, the beat up part sucks. If you feel beat up by the summer and Neptune in retrograde and having to see people in a way that you didn't want to, the choice to level up is kind of always right there. You have to, you have to keep going. I had this conversation yesterday in a session where it's like breaking the wall. Like when a runner is running, not that I've ever experienced this, but I've heard about it. When a runner is running, there's that place where they feel like they're going to break down. And if they just keep going, they break through to that runner's high. And it's really hard to do. And sometimes it's not safe to do and we're not supposed to, right? But Aries, if you can break through from the chains of something that is not readily available to you right now and has been breaking your heart, if you can let go of it, then we have the promotion. Then we have universe trying to give you something. And we have the Four of Wands. This feels like it's for a longer read than just this week. That feels like a message that you need to get through this week. But it feels like the outcome will be long-term, will slowly take place. All right, we're going to do Taurus. I'm going to use old school Rider-Waite for Taurus. Lee, you're taking timestamps, right? That described your summer. Listen, when Venus is in retrograde, we have somebody, hey Adva, we have someone possibly, trying to tell us it's raining when they're peeing on our heads. We possibly, Venus in retrograde makes us re-examine the relationships we already have. What is really, re-examine the value of everything in our lives. And then with Neptune in retrograde, ooh, the Sun and the Six of Swords. I'm shuffling. I usually don't pay attention to that, but that popped out at me. Then with Neptune in retrograde, we see people clearly, whether we want to or not. The combination could have been painful. Plus, Uranus was just bing, bang, boom, squaring everything. Uranus in Taurus, Pluto in Capricorn, squaring the nodes. And then we had the fixed signs, Taurus and Leo squaring each other a lot. And then we had, Saturn, Pisces and Saturn squaring Virgo placements. It was just not. It felt like there was very little from the energies, because honestly, the summer felt for me, which is why I wanted to do those videos early on. This summer felt for me like anything that you've had the wool pulled over your eyes, anything where you've had your head in the sand, universe was not allowing that anymore for you. And that is really for your highest good. And as much as I preach that, I did not enjoy when it happened to me. I don't expect you to celebrate what you had to see, what broke your heart, what hurt you. Even if it's in your highest good. Please be clear that I say that. I still experience and have to process the things that even if I know they're coming, sometimes they just don't come how we think they would, right? Taurus. Very interesting. Queen of Wands in the upright, King of Wands in reverse. For me, Queen of Wands is creativity. It's a lot of things. All the cards are really a lot of things. There are some things cards just can't be. But cards can have multiple meanings. They always have. Yeah. It's the not being able to unsee what you saw over the summer. Queen of Wands, the fire signs, right? This is about creativity. This is somebody sitting in her power. I love that she's always got a little kitty with her. Sadie is on the other side of the screen. Y'all can't see her, but she's hanging out with us. There's growth. There's, you know, she's got the sunflower. She's in her power, but she's just kind of calm, cool, collected about it. The Queen of Wands can also be, let's call it an interloper. The Queen of Wands can also represent a third party, either in a relationship, in a work situation, in a friend situation, in a family situation. The Queen of Wands can represent somebody who had enough power to come in and disrupt things. Now, we can say interloper, we can say like third party, we can say like, we can call her the other woman or the other person, right? Also, people can't really steal other people from you. That person has to, your person that you feel was stolen from you, or things were messed up by this third energy. It's alien. The other person has to be somewhat of a willing participant. Even if they were manipulated, even there has to be some part of a willing participation, right? So we can't blame her for everything if that is the situation. We have a King of Wands that is not, what I am really feeling this for is that this King of Wands, for whoever this is for you, male, female, doesn't matter. This is an energy, not a gender. They're not responding like they used to. They're not passionate. You're not waking up to the message. They're not telling you look good in that outfit. It's just something has changed. This can also be somebody just completely not feeling motivated, creative, in their power. This is somebody who could be experiencing lack of impetus in your relationship. So this is either, listen, this is either you, and 1 minute you're like, I'm going to do this, that, and the other thing, and this is a great idea, and I'm going to do this, and I'm going to change my hair, and I'm going to start really putting more effort into like wearing whatever makes me happy, and I'm going to put a lot more effort into doing these things and then feel alive, and I'm not going to let these other emotional things bring me to a place where I'm giving into seasonal depression or sadness, whatever. I'm going to do this, and then when it comes time to do it, it feels like this is the desire, and then this is the energy level you have to execute the desire. That's going to be for some of you. For others of you, your creativity, your sense of inner power, you know, when we create power within ourselves, no one can take it away. You are actively seeing people in power fall right now. That's because their power was siphoned off of other people. That power was not internal. That power was taken, manipulated, right? They overpowered other people. They didn't empower people. So that power is taken, right? So like that power can be taken because it's not that solid built interpersonal power, which is what Pluto is really about in your chart, right? It's your personal power and how you go through that evolution to find it for yourself. And it's not something can take away from you, right? It's not the power of everyone thinks I'm hot, so I get what I want, because that can change. Even if you stay looking exactly the same, the trends could change, you know. Marilyn Monroe was a size 14, and then we went into, you know, the waif Twiggy. Then we went back into like natural curves. Then we went back into the Kate Moss obsession, Calvin Klein emaciated. And then we came full circle now to like thicker than a Snicker. And it changes. So it doesn't even matter if you stay the same. Like hot can be taken away. The power from hot, attractive, that could be taken away from you. With trends, with age, whatever. Interpersonal power that you experience because you know who you are. Hi, lovely Tanya. That cannot, no one can take that away from you. Does that make sense? This is you feeling your interpersonal power, and it's making somebody else feel less or completely out of power. A little bit of an ego death. So we have two things here. One, this is either you struggling with yourself. This is who I want to be. This is who I have the energy to be with. Or you are absolutely coming into that interpersonal power, and it makes somebody else feel deflated because they don't understand that it's not a competition. And you can't take this personal. You cannot take this personal. Okay, absolutely email me, Gemini love. Emily, can you just drop the website? If anyone needs to contact me for anything, there's just, you can email me. You could drop the website and the email, that's fine. But it's easy to go to the website and hit the contact. It'll take you right to my email, or you can just email me. Taurus. You can't dull your shine because it makes somebody else feel, you can't work that hard. Do you know how hard it is to gain interpersonal empowerment that's solid, that no one can gaslight you out of it, insult you out of it, threaten to take their love away out of it? That shit's hard. If you are there, if you are sitting in that, and that is so beautiful, and it is fucking attractive. If you are sitting in that, you cannot let somebody else make you feel like you have to dim it or that it hurts them. They have their own journey. They have their own free will to find their interpersonal power. And the thing is that, you know, societal constructs, depending on how we were raised, other things can also make us feel that that's the power is from being the one who has all the power in the relationship and the dynamic, right? Whether that's a work dynamic and you have lots of power over people, lots of people that don't have power, or whether that's just a relationship. But that shit is hard. To gain that interpersonal, understand your own personal power in such a solid way that nobody can insult you, threaten you, manipulate. That's work, Taurus. And after this eclipse, if you are the person feeling like, I'm going to do this, that, because I just got to get my shit together. I got to get motivated. And I have all these ideas, and you know, whether it's like I'm every day, if you're one of those people who have watched like the yoga, I love the hip hop step classes, or just the hip hop like aerobics classes, which sounds so 80s, but that's a thing again. And I watch them on TikTok, and I'm like, I'm gonna do that tomorrow. Nope. Yeah, tomorrow comes, then I don't do that. But I love watching. Right? That's this. That is this. Sorry, that is this. I gotta get back to my like body when I was like 47 and I was smoking. Yeah. And then in the morning you're like, nope, no, I'm not. So like if that will change after that eclipse for you. Taurus. Okay. Let's move on to, I'm just being honest. I used to do that when it was on TV. I used to watch the people on TV from the couch. Like I just took the extra 2 steps to get my ass on the floor in front of the TV, and I did it. But yeah, I save all the videos to do, because you could just save the videos and then do the workouts, which is awesome for like TikTok, but I don't. Every day I tell myself tomorrow. I have started walking, but you know what I mean. It's not about me. I'm just saying I can't be the only one. All right. We're on Gemini. Also, I'm going to probably have more energy, maybe able to get through all 12 signs today, because some of you are going to tell me I'm crazy, but I started doing 21-hour fasting. Hi, Dora. And holy cow, what a game changer. I'm on my 6th day, and it's like now I don't even think about it. I have more energy. I drink water with just a tiny bit of like good salt, Celtic salt, Himalayan salt in it for the electrolytes, and I can have black coffee with cinnamon. Yeah, but you're sleeping for like 8 of those hours. I can have my black coffee, drink tons of water. I'm not, honestly, Maricela, if you told me before, I accidentally got to 18 and I was like, screw it, I'm going to do 21. And everything else I've done, I could see a difference in my body. I could see a difference in my face. I could see a difference in my skin. But I feel by the 3rd day, I was like, okay, this is the ticket. And then I eat really good stuff between 3:30 and 6:30. No milk. No milk. It's like preparing for a colonoscopy. I will, you know, this is my friends, because I'm 53, right? So my friends from high school are all on Facebook talking about, like, the doctor's like, by the way, it's time for a colonoscopy. Sorry, kids. And I'm like, that is why I eat. Hi, May. I have to email you back. I think the new moon is perfect. I think that eclipse is perfect. So yeah, I'm like, that is why I eat how I eat. That is why I take the supplements, because I will clean my own insides. Thank you. I eat pumpkin seeds. I'm pretty sure that covers everything. But yeah, the 21 hour, I don't even, like, I'm sitting here and I promise you, I'm not hungry. Not even. Hi, Amber. Not even a little bit. And at 3:30, I have fudge walnut brownies that are made with avocado and like dark chocolate and vanilla bean paste and everything that are full of protein. I made protein bagels. I have chicken, and I sauteed green pepper and tomato in seasonings and made a roux between olive oil and all the like dry seasonings instead of using flour. Life hack: garlic powder, onion powder will also make you a roux. And then I sauteed them and did balsamic vinegar and light cream. And man, that goes on top of the chicken, and then ricotta goes on top of that, and then some Parmesan and Romano. So that lasts me like one chicken breast lasts like, oh my God, 2 meals at least, maybe 3. So at 3:30, I'm pretty excited about the things that I get to eat. And then I'm stuffed and I'm tired and I go to bed. I take a walk first, then I go to bed. So yeah, I'm doing keto still in my 3 hours. You all will be able to, nobody else will be able to tell more than you all, because you see me all the time. Okay. I probably should make a little video so I'm not interrupting the tarot, but I will tell you how I got to that and what contributed to the 21 hours specifically. I can make a little short and go on YouTube. Okay, Gemini. Interesting. Gemini, what are you going through? Okay, I'm using the Tarot of the 78 Doors. Hi, baby. Why are you right behind on the floor? You want to come up? She's like right on the floor here. I think she's like, she's not loving the cold weather. We got a little cold front here. So this isn't the Tower. This is the Judgment card. So this is, now Judgment for me is past, present, future. It usually is the Trumpeters. This one is very clear, like, who thinks that they're, this is about judging yourself. This is the shame of like, this is what life holds for me, or this is what life holds for me. Along with that, we have Justice. Now, the Justice card came upside down. I think I talked about it a little bit during the water sign video, but a lot of people conflate justice and karma. We think sometimes that karma is watching somebody publicly get what they deserve. That's justice. That's justice. Karma is really like our lessons, our journey, our ability to learn from our mistakes so that we can be kinder to ourselves and others. That is very personal. That's between your soul and you and your guides, universe, whoever your higher power is, right? Justice is wanting something to balance out. You know, some people are going to be mean and live happy and die. That karma, then they will never see justice, but the karma they will experience will be in their next life. It's kind of none of our business. Somebody else's karma is a little bit none of our business. And it is fun, absolutely, to say like, you know, and I would absolutely like to have one of those shirts. I should probably just make one of those shirts in my Etsy shop, like, you know, but I won't because it ethically doesn't, I don't want to give the wrong impression of that, like, karma's a bitch, hi, I'm karma. You know, like, I get that. I understand that sentiment, but that's when we kind of, it's fun, but also we can, as a society, kind of conflate the two of justice and karma. So I don't want you to think, because karma can also be good. It's like consequences. People automatically associate consequence with bad, but consequences could be rewards. Consequences could be good or bad. I've been saying that for decades because that's how I raised my children. Like, your actions will bring your own consequences. So this justice upside down and this judgment feels very, very much like you might be hanging on to a situation because you are waiting for them to get theirs. Because if you leave, you're going to be, Gemini is one of those, Gemini is in one of these groups. You often get pegged as the villain, the bad guy. Gemini gets shamed a lot online, which you all know pisses me off. I don't like sign shaming. This feels very much like you think people are looking at you as the bad person and this other person is the good person, and you are getting no justice. But this is also about hanging on to something, even energetically. You may be like, I don't want that person anymore. I don't care about that friend. I don't want that job. But you feel like you're full circle. What you deserve is connected. You are letting it be bound and connected to this person getting theirs, getting their comeuppance, getting, getting justice. Probably no one is seeing this situation as black and white and as them so good and you so bad, more than you have internalized this, because you, Gemini, third house placements, you can get villainized quite a bit. You know, who did it? The Gemini, probably. It's like, I've literally seen videos on that. It's Scorpio gets the same thing. That's why I always say people with Scorpio and Gemini placements in their chart together often always feel like not defensive, but they can feel like just par for the course. It's going to be, it's me. Please let go of this idea of judgment being so black and white. This is judgment that you're putting on yourself a little, because you're trying to see the story through everyone else's eyes when that doesn't matter as much. I have two of the closest people in my life have Scorpio and Gemini, and I watch it. I have a front row seat to, like, I don't give a fuck, but all those motherfuckers are judging me. Like the same, it's, don't hold your happiness hostage waiting to see somebody else's justice happen publicly. Do not hold your happiness and your peace, more importantly, hostage, because you feel like this will be justice when that fucker gets theirs, and everyone can see them for who they are. Everyone can see them for who they are. If that happens, that happens. That's still not their karma. They'll get their karma one way or the other. Don't look at it as they're just, and don't look like you have to deliver their karma. Would it be nice? Sure. But this feels like you are spending too much energy, possibly, Gemini, wondering what everyone's thinking of the two parties in this situation. And that's not, I don't love that for you. That's not healthy for you. That's not healthy for you. Don't hold your happiness and your peace hostage waiting for somebody else to get what they deserve. Okay. And that was for Gemini, third house placements. Obviously, cross watchers are welcome. Okay. Let's move on to Cancer. Do y'all want me to make a short video about the fasting and why? Because otherwise, I'll just send, if you're interested, you can email me. I hope you get paid too, Charlie. Okay. I eat from 3:30 to 6:30. And I break my fast with a smoothie. So I don't get like an insulin. You can't fast and then break your fast with like a cookie, because then the insulin spike is like, why did you bother fasting? So, all right. This is for Cancer, for 4th house placements. There's a situation where you're not sure whether to put more effort in or just completely pull back. If you feel like if you pull back, if you feel like if you give up on this situation, sorry, this is all coming in before I'm even pulling cards. Let's see if the cards confirm it. Feels like if you pull back on this situation, it's gonna cause you to feel so disappointed in people in general, not just this person, that you're afraid that it's going to change who you are in a way that you don't want to be changed. Hey, Nikki. We get 2 cards. Does that make sense? It feels like if you, the Chariot, yeah, it feels like if you move out of this situation or stop trying, okay. You cannot wonderful, May. You can't make this up because y'all saw me stop and I felt this very strongly. And I got the Chariot, which is Cancer's card, but also it's a card of movement, and then the 8 of Cups. I mean, if you're wondering whether you keep, you know, it's that like stop watering dead plants. So here's the space we should talk about. Not just like I'm advising all Cancers and 4th house placements to walk away from something. Hi, Annika. Right? It's not that cut and dry. And that's not really the point of what I do as much. If the cards are coming out, movement and walking away, whether that's something that you're in contemplation or whether this is supposed to be the advice. Let's talk about being in the space of if that's the right choice for you. If walking away, right, from a situation, if you want, if no longer watering a dead plant really seems like the right choice for you. Kind of why wouldn't it, right? But I mean, Chariot and the 8 of Cups together, and they're both vehicles are facing that way. Or that way when they're on my table. How do you do that and not lose faith in general? How do you do that and not get in the place of like, again, I'm dealing with distrust with people I never thought I'd have to deal with distrust. I'm dealing with disloyalty with a group of people or a person that I never thought that I would have to. This doesn't feel like an easy walk away. And for Cancer, it kind of never is an easy walk away, but once we've decided it's a walk away, it's for sure a walk away, right? But it's not so much about whether you do that or not. Because tune into yourselves, especially if you have Cancer energy, fourth house energy. You know how to do that, and just trusting yourself, right? But let's talk about, more importantly, how do we do that and not have it feel like such a hit that it gives us what feels like a handicap or a disability walking into the next friendship, walking into the next romantic relationship, walking into any kind of relationship, family, whatever. How do we do this and not just let it steal? Because a Cancer, they're like golden retrievers. They run on love. They'll also kick your ass, but they do run on love. Making somebody happy, cooking for them, giving them a home, healing somebody is all part of what motivates them to breathe in and out. So when you start getting bitter, jaded, distrustful as a Cancer, it feels squashing. It feels soul crushing. Cancer doesn't want this reading. Cancer doesn't want to think I have to give up and walk away. That's not what they're about. If you know a Cancer who's just like, fuck everyone, trust me, they didn't get there easily, and they're afraid to trust because trust is for water signs, especially for Cancer and Scorpio. Trust is a big thing. Privacy is a big thing. Whether this is somebody who didn't keep something private, whether this is somebody who you've become suspicious of, maybe you got a little gaslighting thrown your way, and you just, again, don't know whether to stay there and water the dead plant. Is it completely dead? Can it be revived? I would like you to focus on that. Cancer, when you have a healing energy, when you're willing to put the work into other people because that drives you, you're going to attract people that need it. Some people are going to heal and move on. Some people are not, as much as you try, are not ready. And they might bite back. And it hurts. Build your boundaries. Build your boundaries, but don't put up a wall. Boundaries are different than a wall. It's sticking to the boundaries. It's sticking to the boundaries for us because we want to give people the chance. Until we don't. If you were looking for guidance, if you came here of should I stay or should I go now? Which is interesting because this is the Stranger Things. I just realized that this is the Stranger Things deck, and that song plays a huge part in the first season. This is telling you it's time to stop watering the dead plant. All right, we are on Leo. Let's take the goddess, Midnight Goddess Tarot. I still don't think I have too many decks, but I can't remember all the names of them. I remember watching Gemma in the very beginning when I was watching tarot on YouTube, and I remember her going to the tarot cupboard because she had to like squint and look and see what the name of one of her decks were, and I'm thinking like, how do you not know the name of all? I get it now. I thought that when I had like 2 tarot decks. How does she not know? Okay. So we are on 5th house placements, Leo placements. And if it resonates, take it. I said I was going to try to do short ones, but There's always like some big message that needs nuance, in my humble opinion. Maybe it doesn't and I just talk too much. Okay. I'm gonna make borscht today. I bet you Lee got real excited when I said that. By the way, Lee did create a 10% off for community for the Etsy store. Lee, if you want to pop that in, it's just community 10. So if you do, you don't have to. But if you do want to get anything off the Etsy store, or if you do end up like stopping there to get like Christmas stuff, and listen, if there's stuff you guys want to see or that you would love to be able to give somebody for Christmas, you can literally hit me up and we can design it. And like, it doesn't really cost a whole lot for me to other than my time. But like, if there's something and you guys are in my community and you really were thinking about something that like you wanted to thanks Maricela, like get for somebody, or like, oh, I wish I could find something that said this, hit me up. Oh, good. You heard the message you needed to hear. Good, good, good. All right. Okay, so 8 of Wands in reverse. It is quiet time. Crickets. So 8 of Wands is fast movement, communication. We usually see this as like the message card. So there could be a situation where you are still in silence or still out of communication with somebody. Okay. But there's the High Priestess. I'm just going to say this, Leo. There is something you have to sit with yourself. Oof. And oh, that's great. You're waiting on an answer, Leo. This feels huge. 5th house placements, Leo. This message feels huge. You are waiting on communication from somebody so that like you can stop wondering. But you already know. Hey, Jacqueline, like you already know. And you are able to discern. You are able to use your gifts here. There is the High Priestess here. The High Priestess is so powerful. This is, it feels like you're in silence to like, I'm going to take a 3rd card because I want to. It's my live. I can do whatever I want. Taking a 3rd card for Leo. Right away. Like, I don't even want to talk about who it's from, what they want, any of that stuff. You're not hearing from them because ABC, whatever. The Wheel of Fortune. That's what came out to clarify this reading. There is something that you think came out in reverse. There is something that you think somebody has to say to you or give to you or come back into a relationship with you. Some kind of validation, something. You are waiting for something to happen and you are not getting it because the universe wants you to know that like this is when you should be tuning into your gifts It feels like they don't want you to have distraction. Also, there's something you're focused on that you think that this is like the prize when it's not. You think that there's something that's like going to be like, oh, this is what I've been waiting for. This is like the Wheel of Fortune, like the good thing coming in. But the Wheel of Fortune is a wheel because we can change it. So if it's upside down, it's still there for you. But it's like you're looking for crumbs when universe has a whole cake for you. This is going to sound corny as shit. I'm just going to say it because I heard it. Not only are you like wanting crumbs that universe is keeping from you because they have a whole cake for you, but they want you to understand that you're the baker. That makes sense? Can you just put up the thing if anyone's gonna get anything from the Etsy shop, which again, you totally don't have to. That I just did because when I didn't feel well for a while, I thought, let me have something else that just is going when I physically can't. And plus there's stuff that I've been wanting to do, and the moon planner is just one of those. So I know that as a Cancer especially, I can only plan my energy for when the astrological, my chart agrees with me. Because if I plan a big productive day on a day where the moon is sucking the life out of me, then I can't, and I have wasted a day. And can you just put up the community 10 like in all caps so they know? But so again, you don't have to get anything, but if you do, just please at least use the discount. So if things are quiet, you're supposed to be tuning in to yourself. There's something you think somebody could give to you to make your life better, or there's something that you're like waiting for somebody else to say like, oh yeah, this is what you're perfect for. This is, you know, it could be a validation thing. It could be, I'm hearing the Neo, you make me better. But it's almost like painfully quiet because they are waiting for you to tune into yourself. The thing that you think is like what you need or what you're waiting for isn't half as good as what you deserve, is what I'm hearing. Leo. If you are a Leo, if you are a 5th house placement and you haven't done like meditations, trying to talk to your guides, any of that, certainly I have 15-minute appointments if you want help with that. There's also plenty of help online, depending on, I mean, I've had people pay for classes, but that it was like a clairvoyant running that class, and that person was clairsentient, and so they felt like, I just can't do it, because that's just not how their gifts kind of work. So if you're finding stuff online, just if you know what kind of gifts you have, but this is time for you to tune in. That Venus is still in Leo, but that Venus in retrograde and all of that ran through Leo, that was to make sure, just like my post on Instagram today. If you're not following my Instagram, follow my Instagram. It's just reinforcement of empowerment. But stop undervaluing yourself and like overestimating what you can't do and undervaluing what you're capable of. It even could be like you're coming here for an answer for something, or you go to a psychic of some sort and they're like, I'm getting a block. They're not giving me an answer. I can't tell you why right now. It's because you're supposed to figure out that you have those capabilities. If I was a Leo or a 5th house placement right now, I would be meditating. I would be paying attention. I would be asking universe and my guides and my spirit team to like send. You can ask. You make yourself the operation guy. Ask them. Make this hand tingle. Make that ear ring. Like, when my ears ring, do left for one thing and right for another. I would be tuning in. You're sleeping on some big gifts, Leos. All right. Virgo. Virgo. Hold on. Yes, an Etsy shop. And again, if there's anything that you want or interested in seeing, like in a shirt and wrapping paper and whatever, like, because you're like, oh, I wish I could get this for this person. I could wish I could. I'm happy to do that for you. And I love the designing aspect. That's my Mercury run chart. Okay. I'm just checking something. I actually have a seminar at 3 that I'm pretty freaking excited about. I love learning. Okay. Let's do Virgo. I'm going to use my pretty deck. Yes, Virgo 6th house placements. Should I go fiery with my hair? I'm going to be so mad when spring comes and I have to take all the red out. But should I go redder? I went warm. I went cinnamon. Kind of like that cowboy copper I'm seeing everywhere, though. And then I'll get sick of it. All right. If you're just tuning in now, if you don't mind, I like supporting other people, other metaphysical practitioners, and I certainly like supporting other women. Aw, thank you, May. Just go give a follow to Haunted Road Trips show. And just so you know, it'll be Tracy when you get there. Tracy St. Croix is her name, just to make sure you're on the right channel. And it says so right in the banner of her YouTube channel. But go give her a follow. And she goes live Tuesday afternoons. She doesn't go live. She has a show and she's in the chat. Yeah. Thank you, Juan. She's good people. And her show is very interesting. Okay. We were looking for something and I found my old amethyst Buddha bracelet, which I loved, and I could not figure out why it was missing. But anyway, we found it, but now it keeps like clacking against the table. Virgo. I think I am going to split it into 2 just because I don't want to like half-ass the other 6 signs, and I do have to be someplace at 3. But we can draw some oracle cards, and we could do a random love reading and see who it finds. Okay. We have the 9 of Wands for you. So there are some, Virgo, there might be some like thorny boundaries. You might feel like this is safer right now. And for anyone listening that doesn't know, I'm a trauma support informed astrologer and metaphysical practitioner. And I am forever on the journey of looking into like the neuroscience and the nervous system and trauma responses and DNA and epigenetics and all of this to really help support me, support people that I'm in session with or in my community, to really understand how this all works. Sometimes that feels safer, Virgo, especially because Virgos tend to put in 110%. So if you feel hurt, betrayed, you will often feel like people don't give back what you give. But if you feel hurt and betrayed again and again by somebody, or not heard or not understood or not reciprocated with often enough, you will eventually put up thorny the thorny boundaries. But they're from scars. She's wearing the scars. You know, Virgo gets a rap sometimes for being a little bit of a bitch. But normally, if you've gotten the bitch part of Virgo, you probably called for them. Or they're just in this mode. And they're not letting anyone in. At the moment, they are not taking applications. Virgo's not taking applications. They're serving enough and they're tired. And yeah, it can get bitey. It can get a little bitey with a Virgo that's had enough. Either enough of your shit or enough of everyone's shit, right? Ace of Wands. There is something new. Like, it feels like this is safe right now. Stay there. There is something new that is going to inspire. Something like that happened this week, Juan. There is something new that is going to be able to at least distract you from sitting in this. Because when a Virgo feels this way, it's not fun. Their Mercury run. They will think about it quite a bit. Even if they have all the knowledge to know what's theirs to carry, what's not theirs to carry, what's somebody else's responsibility, right? Even if they are educated and understand that they shouldn't lament over this. They shouldn't let it steal their energy. It's still, they might overthink about it and get really pissed and sit a little bit in that, like, energy. But if that's what's keeping you safe right now, then do that. Then do that. What are you doing, baby? Sadie. Are you cold? I gotta find a heating pad for her. I just don't think she likes cold weather because I think she spent a couple of years outside, which just kills me. But this Ace of Wands is coming in to motivate you. There is either more knowledge or a softer, something that's going to allow you to soften and still feel safe. You know, this is very funny because I did a reading for Virgo Moon yesterday. And one of the things we talked about was like understanding how to stay safe, but not letting it be like, is it me? Am I the reason why they can't? Like, why am I not enough for you to reciprocate or whatever it is, right? And then detaching from that outcome to allow it to just be what it is and not letting whatever energy made you put up boundaries, not letting it prioritize that you give yourself the energy that you need. Something letting you soften up and being like, okay, that's not about whether I'm worthy for the effort. That's what they're capable of right now. Wisdom, knowledge, inspiration that's going to allow you to soften and not just feel like, fuck you, you're cool, fuck you. Neptune in retrograde, Seven of Cups in reverse, same energy. It's not like you were delusional about that person. It's not like you romanticized or had a fantasy about who they could become. It's romanticizing a connection that feels so deep, that you know to be real, that you know to be true. That is the thing. Because what is illusion? What is fantasizing? It's telling ourselves the story, and it's Mad Libs. It's filling in the blanks for where we cannot get communication, for where things don't make sense. I know this connection's here. I feel it, and I'm not crazy. And they feel it. Neither of us are crazy. So why? And when you have to fill in the blanks, like I said, Mad Libs. Like spiritual Mad Libs is that's when we go into fantasy. It doesn't make you delusional. It doesn't make you dumb. It does not make you foolish to romanticize a connection, romanticize how the story ends or goes on, or even the person. This is what Neptune in retrograde is for us to just allow to see things exactly how they are so that we can balance a little bit. But Virgo, this is a really big lesson about, like, this is not about you were unappreciated. This is not about what you're worth. If you keep putting in the effort where it's not reciprocated, that is for you to look at childhood wounds of how you felt you needed to gain being seen, gain being loved, gain acceptance. There's an overcorrection from Leo with Virgo. There's something that you do because you feel like this is the right way. The right way to show somebody that you love them is effort. It's absolutely effort, right? So if you're doing that and somebody's not giving, it hurts. I want you to just realize this is what they're capable of. That now, does that make them less of an asshole? Probably not. Does it make them a little less of a villain? Maybe. I've said this. I have a TikTok video on this. I feel like that's pinned on my profile. Not sure. When we just understand it's not about our worth, it's what they're capable of. It's not about what I'm worthy of, it's what they're capable of. Bad, wrong, indifferent, great, doesn't matter, right? When we release ourselves of the attachment to outcome and the attachment to blame why the outcome isn't what it should be, why it doesn't honor the connection. Why does the outcome not honor the connection? So we tell ourselves stories. We play Mad Libs with ourselves. We fill in the blanks. That's Neptunian energy. You are in a phase where you can see, especially we talked about it right from the jump in this video. We talked about how we were not able to unsee things that we saw this summer and in the beginning of fall. And we're still kind of going through that. And I think we're going to be going through that through the end of October. When you are in this, I can see everything for exactly what it is. There's no more fantasy. There's no more, I can choose the different choices of how the story ends. When you can see everything for how it is, you can also take the blame off yourself and try not to villainize the other person. They can be an asshole, sure, right? But when we overspend energy in villainizing the other person, the juxtaposition, the balance of a villain is a victim. The balance of a villain, the other side of that seesaw, is the victim. So when we villainize the other person, instead of saying they're not capable, they're not healthy, right? We've all at times been not healthy. At this point, this person is not healthy. They have bad social skills, bad trauma responses, whatever it is, right? And they're kind of an asshole about it. That's okay. They're kind of an asshole about it. You're not wrong about that. You can be completely right. They can completely be an asshole. But when we full on villainize them, right? When we make the little mustache, then if we make the guy with the mustache and the hat and the evil laugh, we're the bitch tied to the tracks. It's really hard to be in growth mode when you're in victim mode. Again, they can be an asshole. It's a Venn diagram, people. They can be an asshole. You could be right. Like, in principle, about the situation. You could be on the right side of things. Ethically, in all ways that matters to a Virgo, especially. And they can just not be capable, and it has nothing to do with your worth, and they don't have to be a villain, and you don't have to be a victim. Your boundaries are keeping you safe. Fucking great. Awesome. Big fan of that. You can also have some knowledge that comes in that can soften it and understand that you are not to blame. It has nothing to do with your worthiness, and it's just what they're capable and not capable of right now. And then we let go of the fantasy of how this should work out. In the way, why isn't it working out in a way that honors the connection? I wish I had that answer for you. I feel like if I had that answer, though, I would have all the secrets to the universe. And while I have seen people on the internet claim to have all the secrets of the universe figured out, I'm not going to claim to be one of them. It's a bold statement, yet it gets flung often. All right, let's pull an oracle card for the general, just for today, right? We'll pull a card for today. I wish I could get my ass motivated just to come on and pick an oracle card for every day. That seems simple enough. Why aren't I doing that? Who knows? Okay. I should be. Let's just pick. What do we have up here? Oh, don't spill, don't spill, don't spill. Okay. Let's see. We have Wisdom of the Hidden Realms. Is this my, like, Colette Baron read? Wisdom of the Oracle. And Enchanted Map. It is all Colette Baron read. And I think I have more than that for some reason. I think I have another. I have a tarot deck from her. I think I have one more oracle from her. Right? A daily oracle would be really nice, wouldn't it? What the fuck is her problem? Why she can't just do that? You don't care if I'm like in a messy ponytail, my glasses, and no makeup, like how I show up to sessions. Okay. We'll get right on that. Also, I just want to thank you guys all for being here. Let's see. What is oracle card for today? We're doing the Enchanted Map. Let's do one from each. Let's have a Colette Baron read oracle pull. Okay. Interesting. All right. So Stuck in the Mud was the first one to come out. Clean It Up from 2 different decks was the second one. And the third one from the third deck is the Keeper of the Scales. Fairness and Balance. Glasses time, peanut butter, jelly time. Do I have glasses here? Are they clean? They'll do. That'll do, donkey. That'll do. Okay. stuck in the mud. You're being invited to stop and savor the wonder of your life. Becoming unstuck is sometimes the only way to trick yourself into slowing down and looking around you. In fact, this is a sign that you need to shift your focus away from what you're doing and place your attention elsewhere. Struggling will only get you into muddier places. Now is not the time to move forward, but observe. So clarity about your circumstances might come a little later. Stop and find the joy in what you've been overlooking, waiting for something else to come in. I feel like there was a little bit of that in all of the reads. Now let's do this book. Clean it up. I appreciate that she numbers. Okay. Essential meetings. Get to the core of a situation, freedom from a burden, cleaning house, sweeping away what's no longer needed. Ever feel so bogged down with emotional gunk that you can't think straight? Why, yes, I have. I feel personally attacked by this oracle reading. If it's not meant for anyone else, certainly was that was bam right at me between the eyes. Could you be surrounded by physical clutter in your home? Also feeling personally attacked, and I've been working on that. Too much work, overwhelmed, time to clean your house. Every item out of place natters away at you. That might be an English word. Every unresolved resentment, every comparison to others that leads to a sense of lack takes up energetic space. I feel like that could be the whole reading right there for everyone. So let's reread that part, shall we? Every unresolved resentment, every comparison to other that leads to sense of lack takes up energetic space. Every unpaid bill just adds to an unnecessary feeling of being overwhelmed. Now it's time to free yourself by energetically cleaning your house. Just do it. Make room for the miracles that are lining up for you. Oh, I like that. And the last one. It was like one of the last cards in this deck too. Piece of cat fur in my eye. Here we go. The law of harmony is enacted when the keeper of scales comes to you as an ally. Align with her. As the law states, making conscious choices that create balance in your life. When you do, you also magically align with the abundance of the universe and the powerful forces of synchronicity. This creates conditions and possibilities that lead to fulfillment of your highest intentions. That felt like a full story, for sure. I'm just going to put these up here because I'm going to do a romance reading for everyone, and then I'm off to my seminar. Let's take these. Let's get one from here. This is just a love reading for whoever feels like this resonates for them. It's not for any sign. Yeah, I'm forever. It probably drives Lee crazy because I'm like, now let's declutter this and let's declutter that. And yeah, that's what I say. I just decluttered and I keep trying to get rid of little by little. It's also a little easier to go through everything now that it's been like 2.5 years. Could not go through. I had all of my stuff and my mom's stuff moving into this house, and it was not the right time to be like going through stuff. So now feels a little better. All right, so let's get one card, 2 cards. Should I take one of these? This is like, I ordered this deck because of Gemma. This is like Whispers of Love or something like that. Whispers of Romance. Oof. Oh, that's interesting. We're going to take this card because I just saw a card that doesn't belong in this deck. I swear I did. Does anyone else see it? There's like a sideways. Did I just completely imagine that? Okay. Okay. Wow. Okay. And then we're gonna take one of these oldies but goodies. Yeah. Okay. We need one more card. We're building our love reading. Okay. All right. What do we have? Six of Pentacles and the Chariot came out. This is like the Dream Weaver deck or something. The Six of Pentacles. So some kind of something you've been waiting for, asking for. And then we have the Chariot. Movement on this. Possibly moving. I don't know. It's saying to allow things. Okay. Someone's coming towards you. This could be somebody from a little bit of a distance. I just gotta chill. This could be something that you feel like you've been asking universe for, that this feels like balance. This feels like something like, I don't want to say charity from universe, but like Six of Pentacles feels like help from someone. This could be somebody that's been at a distance, either emotionally or geographically, and it says to just let things slow down and pause and let things take their time, take their course. This feels like something you've been waiting for long enough that when it comes closer, you have the risk of freaking out, going to like becoming like attached to every little thing this person says, or running too hard with it, like saying things that might scare off the other person a little bit. You may be somebody, maybe you have a little water sign energy, or maybe like when you find somebody, you're like, in 10 minutes, you're like, I know this is my person, right? So like, and maybe it is, but rushing things and not letting, like not slowing down and really paying attention, because what happens when we convince ourselves somebody's our person, we're kind of unwilling to see the red flags. And they might be not red flags about the whole relationship, like the person themselves, but it could be red flags about like, I have to let this person work that out before we get fully to the point where we're committed, talking about living together, all of this. I got to see how that plays out, whether they're going to do the work, because I can't do it for them. Right? Because if there's one thing that we have all learned since 2020, and probably some of us before that, is that we cannot do another person's work. We can't. We want to. We try, but we can't. The romance card I got is past life relationship, and the other one is I'm going to give you an offer soon, is the message I'm getting from them. But it's like you've been waiting and begging universe for this, and then all of a sudden it's going to come in. It's going to come in hot. This is a chariot with some movement in the illustration. It might be coming feeling like it's far away, either energetically or like it was never going to happen, or this person is literally not right close to you, right? When it comes in, do not go 0 to 60. Because If it's meant to be and that person's going to put the effort in that you deserve, then it will happen. But don't be like, oh my God, I've been waiting for this forever. Like, we're ready. And I've done that. I think we all know somebody's done that if we haven't done ourselves. Like, oh, this is the person. Like, I don't need to, like, yeah, we're already talking about all this stuff. Now, over a month or so, I'm talking about like you've been waiting on this, either this one person or this kind of relationship or this kind of somebody to say all these things to you for so long that I'm not saying that you should find reasons that they can't work, but just be observant. Just slow down and be observant of everything and think like, maybe that's something we have to have a discussion about before this gets to the place where like our finances are together and our children are together and we're depending on each other's emotional and verbal support and energetic support on a daily basis. If you get so intertwined with somebody that your day is fucked, if you miss that morning text or you're not having like the romantic honeymoon love energy that they keep bringing, right? For a little while steady, and then all of a sudden they don't, and your whole day is fucked up and you have knots in your stomach. Like, those are the things that I want you to avoid so that this relationship, for whoever this is meant to be, whatever that relationship is, that it has longevity. We want them here for a long time, not just for a good time. So slow down. Also, because some people are so... Some people, man, they can come through like the Kool-Aid man. Where have you been my whole life? I'm obsessed with you. Stay in bed. I'm getting in the car. We're getting married. They'll say all that and then disappear when you actually start returning the sentiment. Raise your hand. If you're the one who stayed quiet in the beginning and they were all about it, and the second you started to return the sentiment, some people are healing, and the reaction that they get from you, the gratefulness, the like, oh my God, I've been waiting for you too. They'll say, they feel those things in the moment. They really do. And they are feeding, it's like a high, your reaction to their love bombing. And then when you think like, oh, we're good, this is solid. No, I can say this to them because look what they say to me. And you're showing your friend, look, I'm not crazy. That is talking about next year when we're on vacation with the kids. I'm not crazy. And then you start, because they just still have inner work to, they might feel all those things about you. They might really be obsessed with you and crazy about you. And why not? Because you're fucking amazing. But just slow down. It's not going to hurt anyone to just see if that pitters out or keeps going strong. I have to find her video, but I always want to reference this one girl I saw on TikTok that she's like, I'm so easy to love bomb, because somebody come along and be like, you're awesome. Where have you been all my life? Like, you know, you're amazing. And I'm like, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm trying to tell y'all, right? Sometimes it's set up to be real. And they mean that stuff, but for some reason they get a little scared when you, and for some people that's a masculine, feminine, energetic, balance kind of thing. They need to feel like the chaser for a little longer. And if that is the truth, then there's probably a little work they need to do. Let them work that out. This is a past life relationship that doesn't, everybody that we come into close contact with is in our past lives one way or another. This seems to be a past life. You've known each other before. They're going to give you an offer, but it's saying as things are coming in hot and you've been waiting for this forever, please slow down. See, Gemma came through. That was a good recommendation. This card is like the thing that is the glue, right? Slow down. It's a gorgeous card. And there's the little couple. You've been dreaming of this forever, but just let it play out slowly. Let it play out slowly. Oh, I hope that was hopeful. I hope that was helpful. And if you felt like that was for you and something's going on, like, please leave me a comment at the end of the video, or like email me, or keep me updated, because I feel invested now. All right. I love you. Now you love you. I will see you all Wednesday. Again, I'll put up the information. I'm going to be live with Lana on her podcast talking about the eclipse coming on the 14th. And then I will be live on my channel doing air signs on Wednesday as well. I'll see you all next weekend. And I'm also going to plan a big Halloween show and probably, I don't know, do a little something, something, dress up. And maybe we'll get Lee there too. So we'll do something a little Halloween-y. Go follow Haunted Road Trips show. And I'll talk to you all soon. All right. Bye.